Tinja, a beautiful girl, is joking with her family and taking a photo with them to post on social media. But suddenly, they hear a sound at the window, and Tinja goes to see what it is. She finds a break in the window, and when Tinja opens it, a crow enters the house and makes a very big mess. The whole family wants to catch the crow, but they can't. Then the crow stands on the lamp and looks at them. But when the lamp falls, Tinja throws a towel at the crow, and she wants to fly him out of the window. But her mother, Helen, tells her to come, and she breaks his neck. Tinja is shocked by this, and her mother asks her to throw it in the trash. Although Tinja is afraid, she gets rid of him, while she is sad. She locks him up, but doesn't notice that he is still alive. After a while, Tinja gets to know her new neighbor Rita, and she is the same age as her. Rita plays with her dog, and Tinja goes to welcome her, but when she gets close to her dog, he bites her. Rita is surprised because it's the first time her dog to do this, and she says sorry to Tinja. In the evening, Helen sings to her son Matthias to sleep, and Tinja enters and sings with her. After this, their mother makes a montage of the videos they are filming. Tinja tells her about their new neighbor and tells her that she is a friend of their daughter Retta. But on the contrary, Helen tells her that she has no time for friendships and must focus on gymnastics training because she has a championship. Obviously, her mother is a controlling person. Tinja enters her room but can't sleep because she's upset about her mother's words. Suddenly, she hears a sound of a crow outside. She goes out of the house and looks at the crow in the trash, but she doesn't find it. Tinja then hears a sound from a far place, so she walks to it. She finds a crow lying on the ground and is injured, and she becomes sad when she sees it. Then she finds a crow's nest and an egg. At this time, she feels guilty, so she decides to take the egg with her and warm it in her bed. The next day, she goes to her training, but she is no longer doing well, and the coach advises her to train more to win the next championship. After training, Tinja's friends go to her to go out with them, but Tinja tells them that she must back home to do running training. So they walk, and she feels sad when she looks at them, but of course she can't do that because of her mother. When Tinja goes home, she checks on the egg and notices that it grows a little. After that, her mother tells her that she breaks up with her father, but her mother promises that their relationship with him will be good. After a few days, she notices the egg has grown very large and is afraid that her mother sees it. But Tinja doesn't have a place to hide it, so she opens her bear's belly and puts her egg inside it. Then she goes to her training. Her mother is there and encourages her, but Tinja can't do the training exactly, and the trainer doesn't like her performance anymore. During this time, Rita starts training, and the coach is amazed at her performance and her fitness. But Helen laughs, and it is clear that she is upset. After an hour, the training ends, but Helen makes Tinja continues training until her hands get hurt. The coach then tells them that they should close the hall, but Helen asks her to leave them for a while and continues training Tinja until she makes the training well. In the evening, Tinja sees the egg and is surprised that it grows so much, but she puts her hands on it and feels something moving inside it. Then she goes to sit with her mother. After a few seconds, her mother tells her that from next week, she will live with her fiancé Taro. Tinja is upset, even though she knows that her father and mother are breaking up. Then she goes back to her room. Tinja sits next to the egg crying and tears falling on the egg, but suddenly the egg breaks and a hand comes out of it. Tinja is so afraid and runs to hide in the cupboard to watch the egg. After this, she sees a strange bird coming out of it and gets terrified when she looks at it, while she is inside the cupboard. The strange bird breaks the window and runs away. This time her father hears the sound and goes to her, but she says that there was a bird broke the window. After a while, Tinja hears the sound of the strange bird at the window and wants to enter her room. She is afraid of him, but feels that he wants to tell her something. The strange bird gives his hand to Tinja to get rid of the glass inside his hand. Tinja pulls the glass while he screams and puts her hands on her face, but she finds that he likes her, so she feels that he is kind. And when she finds his hand smelling bad, she takes him to wash. At first he is afraid, but after that he loves water and becomes happy. She then takes him with her and sings to him to sleep. Meanwhile, Rietta's dog is barking. When the strange bird feels that Tinja is upset and can't sleep, he goes out to get rid of the dog. Tinja wakes up and finds the bird before her on the bed with the dead dog beside her. Tinja is shocked and she buries the dog in the garden, but her brother Matthias sees her from the window. After that, Tinja goes out to a store and buys bird food. There she meets her classmates with Rieta. They walk together and they are happy. Later, Rieta asks her to post an advertisement for her lost dog. Tinja is sad, but she can't tell her what happened. When she enters the house, her mother shows her the hairbrush that she buys for her, but her brother Matthias knows that his mother didn't buy for him anything and gets upset. Meanwhile, he sees the dog's advertisement, so he runs outside and comes back carrying the dead dog. At this moment, he tells them that he saw Tinja while she was burying him, but they don't believe him. So he gets angry and falls Tinja on the ground and goes. Then he sees a shadow in Tinja's room, so he puts on his mask and looks for under the bed. But there is a hand cutting off his mask, so he gets scared. At the same moment, Tinja does some actions that aren't normal, and when she returns to her normal again, she runs to her room and shouts at the bird. Then her mother enters and asks her, who is she talking to? And she looks under the bed, but can't find anything. Meanwhile, Helen looks in the wardrobe and is shocked when she finds the championship's clothes cutting. Then her mother shouts at her. When Tinja sees the bird hiding in the cupboard, she quickly closes it so that her mother doesn't see it and keeps him inside the cupboard all day. Meanwhile, he begs her to get him out. At the end of the day, she feels guilty for him and she opens the wardrobe. She then eats him with the bird food that she bought for him. At the same time, she notices that its feathers fall off and there is a yellow hair appears on him. So Tinja tells him that he may be a girl and calls him Ali. Over time, Ali grows older and has a hair. Tinja cares about her, even she gives Ali her clothes.